So we're in a bit of a weird circumstance. My table was supposed to be the one on the corner over there, but the people that labeled these tables labeled them incorrectly, so people started setting up in the wrong spot. So when I noticed, I obviously questioned it, and I went back to the person in charge of checking people in, and I was like, hey, the table numbers are wrong. I'm supposed to be over here. Someone set up in my spot. And so she's like, okay, let me get the Articelli head. So they came and they were like, well, it is what it is. So I guess I'm M9 now instead of M15, which is gonna ruin our stamp rally placements a little bit, but that's fine. We can always like edit the stamp cards with a Sharpie. It's fine. It's fine. They had this labeled M16 and then M15, but I had a corner booth, so I switched them. I was like, I am not setting up there because I had a corner booth, so I'm setting up here. So my new number is M9 technically. But yeah, kind of a mishap this morning. So I was scrambling, running around, so I forgot to film. Anyway, this is the table. We are basically doing the same thing that we did at Fan Expo Denver, with the exception of the top row. You'll notice that we do not have a top row of folded shirts. Instead, we brought a table-mounted backdrop, and we will have them hanging from the top. So, yeah. Okay, my friends, here it is. Finished setup. Looks good, looks good. I forgot to make more mystery hollow button packs, so we've only got the 6. Once we sell out of those, that's all I've got. We have just enough room on this table because it's a 6 foot by 3 foot table that I can scooch the coffin button trays back so that I can have little business card piles here. That's kind of nice. And then I don't have my pre-order only signs on the pink and patent coffin bags for this show because I have the restock scheduled for Tuesday when we get home. So they're technically not pre-orders anymore. As you can see here, I have all of the beanies displayed on the left. Normally, they're over here above the mini charms, but like I mentioned earlier, the shirts aren't on the grid cubes, so we were basically missing the top layer, so it's only going up 4 grid cubes instead of 5 grid cubes. I think having the table-mounted backdrop display with the hanging shirts looks a lot nicer than having them folded up on the individual grid cubes, because you can actually see that they're shirts. Also, even though my Bat Bag Kickstarter has ended, I still have the sign up, and I still have my little sample displayed because I do have late pledges enabled. So hopefully I'll get some bites on the bag this weekend and get some late pledges in. We'll see. This is the stamp rally I'm in this weekend. It is a Derpy and Sussy stamp rally from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I did this button, this little Sussy egg-shaped button. Pretty cute. There is an extra sticker. This person didn't get their stickers in on time though. We'll have them for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will display that sticker. Since I do have a corner booth, I decided that I would have my print wall here on the corner facing wall. This is the state of the back. It's not too impressive. I have my standard flaps open up to the back. We've got bat wallets here, extra gift bags in the back, Overwatch ribbons, stamp, lanyards, stamp rally cards, more gift bags. Over here, I've got my mini charms, my enamel pins, more enamel pins, restock of stickers and coin purses and ID wallets, plus extra ID. Shit, what's even over there? I don't know. It's all buried. And then down here, I've got beanies and then apparel over here. This person on the end cap has their display pretty close to the table. So this space here isn't really being utilized. So I figured I would put all the apparel here because I am on a corner. So I don't want anything here because I don't want anybody being cheeky and like grabbing merch from the corner, the unprotected corner. But yeah, that's the state of the back. So we have a train station about a 5-minute walk from our hotel. There's a shuttle that comes from the Gaylord to the train station every 30 minutes. So luckily we don't have to Uber back and forth from the Gaylord, from the venue. We can just take the shuttle. Okay, friends, first of all, there's music playing right now in the background. Some kind of game soundtrack, possibly PS1 or SNES, not really sure. Final Fantasy VII, I called it! I knew it was a Final Fantasy game, bro. I freaking called it, dude. Okay, well, anyway, yesterday I talked to probably about a dozen different artists, asking them how it went, naturally, because I like to see how things compare. And everyone said that they did not do very well. It was just really mid, it was a very mid Friday, and it just wasn't anything to write home about. So that being said, I did very well. I think I was an outlier. Now, I think the fact that this is my first time here at this specific convention kind of contributes to the fact that I had a really good day yesterday, but I'm not quite sure. It's a little weird because I've done a lot of Colorado shows, so it's not like I'm new to the area. Usually when I'm new to an area, the first show in that area is really good for me because it's a whole new demographic, it's a new audience, so it's really like it's just a ton of new people who haven't been introduced to my stuff before. So this con being supposedly mid did really well for me yesterday. Now, I could do horrible today. Yesterday might have been just like a crazy outlier. Like it was a fluke. It could have just been a fluke. So we will see what happens today and tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm like cautiously optimistic because if yesterday was that good, then if today can be as good as yesterday, I will be very happy. I was expecting pretty low numbers from this show. This is kind of a leftover con just because it's a smaller show and everyone that I've talked to has said it's kind of mid, it's kind of, you know, it's on the slower side. It's more of a vacation con because we're here at the Gaylord Resort. So there's a lot of fun activities to do here at the venue. Unfortunately, I'm not staying at the Gaylord, so that kind of sucks. I have to shuttle back and forth like I showed you earlier. But yeah, it's definitely a vacation con. It's chill. It's more on the slower side for sure. But yeah, yesterday, for some reason, was just really good for me. So that being said, I'm going to go over my counts real quick. Surprisingly, I sold 10 prints yesterday, and 2 of those were Moira. I never sell my Moira print. So imagine my surprise when I sold 2 Moira prints in one day. That's awesome for me. I love Moira. I love that print. I'm really proud of that print. It's not, I mean, it's not the best print in the world, but I really like it. I think I did a good job on it. And I'm glad to see that other people appreciate it as well. So that's nice. Buttons, I sold 42 coffin buttons plus cap buttons because I count my derpy button as a coffin button just for the sake of like counts. I sold 18 charms. I sold 26 enamel pins. And funny story about the enamel pins, 2 separate people bought the entire set of 8 Witchy Kitty pins. So they looked at my Witchy Kitty pins and they were like, I want every single one of them. 2 people did that. There's 8 pins, and I have a buy 3 get 1 free enamel pin deal with all of my enamel pins. So since the Witchy Kitty pins come in a set of 8, that's 2 free pins. So it's $90. So yeah, 2 people yesterday did that. I sold 8 lanyards, which is a lot for one day. 8 lanyards is a lot. Most of the time I sell 8 lanyards in an entire convention, like across all 3 days. So that was very surprising. I think that's part of that is because they don't really give us lanyards. They gave us this little clippy thing for our badges. So I think a lot of people just want to use a lanyard, which is understandable. I didn't dip into my supply to grab a lanyard because I figured like this is fine. I can just clip this onto my collar or whatever. So I'm not using a lanyard, but yeah, I can see why everyone else wants to get lanyards. As far as sticker sheets go, I sold 11. And then for single stickers, I sold 26. I had a lot of people interested in my sleep token stuff. In fact, several people bought a lot of my sleep token collection. One person bought every single vessel item that I sell. That was pretty funny. She's like, give it to me, all of it. Give me all of it. So I did. For miscellaneous, I sold 4 packs of plasters. I did not bring my sticker books, so no sticker books this weekend. I didn't have room to bring them. I sold 1 mystery cat bag, and then I sold 6 beanies yesterday, 4 of which being my pee-pee poo-poo beanie. And I only brought 5, which means I am going to sell out today. So that's cool, but it also kind of sucks at the same time. Like, I knew my pee-pee poo-poo beanie would be my most popular because it was my most popular the last 2 cons I've been to. So I should have brought more. I didn't really have that foresight. So I am going to sell out, but it's okay. I can always offer free shipping for anybody that wants to pre-order them to get them sent after the con. I sold quite a few coffin bags yesterday as well. I sold 5 coffin bags. I sold 3 black matte, 1 pink, and 1 patent. And then I sold all 3 of the black bat wallets that I brought with me, so I'm completely sold out of those. I didn't sell a single pink one, and then I only sold 1 coin purse. For apparel, I sold 14 shirts yesterday, which is great because I finally restocked all of my button-ups. For the longest time, I had to take pre-orders because I completely sold out of several designs, several sizes. So I finally got my restock in. I sent out all or most of the pre-orders from the last like 2 months of conventions, 2 or 3 months of conventions, which was like several dozen shirts. But yeah, it's nice being able to actually bring shirt stock with me to a con now and sell those because I had to take pre-orders for such a long time. So it's nice actually having the stock. That being said, I sold out of my larges of Gengar, Witchy Kitty, and Ghibli. So if anybody wants a large from now on, I do have to send those out after the con. I have to offer free shipping for those. But yeah, that was yesterday. Pretty good. Today, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. If I can do as well today as I did yesterday, then I will be satisfied. Like that, I will be content with that. That would be nice. If I do less than yesterday, I won't be surprised because I honestly think yesterday was kind of an outlier. Like it was kind of a fluke because I made back my expenses ×2. My expenses being obviously like hotel, airfare, food, Ubers, the cost of the table, and then obviously like all my products and stuff. So yeah, pretty decent. The stamp rally is going okay. I gave out several cards yesterday and I did stamp a couple of cards, so that's going well. People aren't having trouble finding me despite the mishap with my table numbers. The host of the rally did go through and mark my table number so that it says M9, instead of M15, and then they marked Yankee Doodles as M15 because Yankee set up at my original spot, because that's how the tables were marked. I don't blame them, obviously, but yeah, that whole mishap with the tables really kind of messed me up for a couple minutes. I was like, oh my God, I was supposed to be over here, and now I'm over here, and now I don't know what to do because of the stamp rally, but it's fine. It's been honestly fine. People can find me very easily. It's not that big of a deal. I thought it would be a bigger deal, but it's not. It's fine. Anyway, I'm going to finish restocking, self-serve and whatnot, and maybe I'll take a look around because the show doesn't start till 10 and it is 9:15. So I have a solid 45 minutes to look around if I want to. So I might just do that. Anyway, I will see you later. Say hi.
Hi.
Good morning. So, remember when I said that I thought Friday was going to be a fluke because I talked to so many different artists and everyone else was saying how Friday was kind of mid for them, and I did like strangely well. Well, yesterday, Saturday, I did better than Friday, somehow. I did $800 more than Friday, I think, if I'm remembering right. Pretty solid day. If I can do half as much today as I did yesterday, then I will be happy. Honestly, I will be happy. So let's go over counts from yesterday. I sold 8 prints. That's 2 less than Friday, but still good. I'll take it. Coffin buttons and cap button, I sold 55. So that was 13 more than Friday. Charms, I sold 26. Enamel pins, I sold 21, which was 5 less than Friday. And lanyards, I only sold 6, which is 2 less than Friday. But here's where it gets good. Sticker sheets, I sold 14. That's 3 more than Friday. And for single stickers, I sold 60. On Friday, I only sold 26. So I sold 60 single stickers yesterday. Pretty good. For plasters, I only sold 3 plaster packs yesterday. I sold quite a few of my mystery cap bags. In fact, I've only got 2 left. I sold 8 mystery cap bags yesterday. 1 mystery button bag. I sold 5 beanies. I sold my last pee pee poo poo beanie, so I'm sold out of that. And then yesterday I sold 4 coffin bags. I sold 2 matte black coffin bags and 2 pink coffin bags. And then I just sold 2 coin purses. No ID wallets. For apparel, I sold out of quite a few designs in specific sizes, but I sold 18 shirts yesterday. That's 4 more than Friday. Overall, like I said, pretty solid day. Surprisingly, my average transaction for Friday was $53, which is pretty high. But yesterday, my average transaction was only $31. So I had a lower transaction average, but I had more transactions total. So it kind of balanced out. I had fewer whales yesterday. A whale, for those of you who don't know, is someone who spends a lot of money on something. Like, for example, on Friday, I had probably a dozen people spend over $100 at my booth. And then one person at the end of the day spent over $300 at my booth and then tipped me $20. Oh my God, that's awesome. But yesterday, I didn't have as many whales. I did, however, anyway, what was I saying? Well, anyway, yesterday was good. Friday was good. Today, I hope will be good. This show is surprisingly not mid, so I'm glad that we restocked the normal amount that we usually do. I've been telling people that shows like this, whenever someone tells me that a show is going to be mid, like it's going to be an average con, I like to call it a leftover con, because you just bring whatever's left over from your last con. It's chill, it's a vacation con, you don't need to get frazzled over not bringing enough stock of this or that. So it's fine to forget something because you're probably not gonna sell out. But I'm glad that we restocked the normal amount for this con, because although I have sold out of a couple things, I feel like I'm prepared for this con to go this hard. It's really unfortunate because I was talking to a friend of mine last night who just is not doing well. And normally she does pretty well at shows. She's a print artist and she does have charms. For some reason at this con, she's just not doing very well. And it sucks to hear that. And I kind of feel bad for doing super well when most of my friends are just having an average show or are less than average show. Somehow this year has been very kind to me. For pretty much everyone across the board, cons have been trending downwards for them. But for me, this has been a record-breaking year. I've had some of the best cons that I have ever had in my career, and it's been both an enlightening and a humbling experience on that front. I think no matter what happens, I'm very grateful for what I do. I'm very happy that I get to do this full time, although that could be changing soon, because I haven't mentioned this before, but I am trying to open up a brick and mortar store, not just for my own goods, but also for other artists' goods. So I'm planning on opening up an artist consignment store. I already picked out the name. It's really stupid. It's called the Cool Beans Boutique. It's going to be like an artist alley experience outside of conventions. I'm hoping to lease a space that has enough room that I'll be able to host like pop-up events for local artists that want to come and table like once a month at the store. But it's been quite the process trying to find a retail space to lease. But I've set up my LLC, I've set up all my taxes and everything, all my licenses, and all I have left to do is open up consignment applications, employment applications, and find a retail space that I can lease. If not like a pop-up space, then at least like a short-term lease, to make sure that the business is viable first before committing to a long-term lease, because I don't even know if this is gonna work. I've been crunching the numbers, I've been running them over and over and over again, different like scenarios and like theoretical situations, and I'm barely breaking even in like all of the scenarios. Like the store is barely breaking even. So I don't really know if it's gonna work out. I might be totally underestimating myself, or I could be spot on. You never know. You never know with these things. So anyway, if that does happen, and that's a big if because there's a lot of logistics behind opening up a brick and mortar store. If that does happen, then Artist Alley will become a part-time job for me. It will no longer be full-time for me. This year, with the cons that I've done and the upcoming conventions that I have yet to do, I think that totals to 25 conventions for the year. 25 or 26, something like that, which is like my maximum. It's my max. I can't do any more than that. I can't do a con every single weekend like I've been doing for the past month. I can't. It's too exhausting. It's rough. So I thought maybe like a store would be more chill. I would have like regular hours. I would have employees with regular shifts, and I would be able to dedicate like hours in the evening or hours in the morning for me to chill and to draw or to stream or, you know, whatever. Just have some me time, and then I could take a couple of weekends off whenever I have a convention. It's kind of complicated thinking about it because I get really stressed thinking about the fact that if I did have a convention with the store, I would have to make sure that my employees are fully trained and fully competent and fully like ready to take care of the store while I'm gone. I'm always worried that something's gonna happen and I'm gonna be in the middle of a convention and they're gonna be calling me and I'm not gonna be available. And I know this is a total hypothetical scenario that I'm making up in my head. That probably won't happen, but what if it does? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. There's a lot that I wanna do, and I feel like my career has kind of stagnated. Like, I don't wanna do Artist Alley full time forever. I just don't. So the brick and mortar store is like the next step for me, I think. But yeah, I will definitely vlog about that if and when it comes to pass. We shall see. But anyway, I'm gonna finish getting 10 minutes before we open. So as I was saying, I'm gonna finish getting ready for open. It's VIP or like benefactor hours, so no one's really gonna buy, so I'm not really that worried. But I still like being here for my table for public hours. I don't like leaving my table unattended anytime the show is open to the public because I'm just super paranoid that someone's gonna mess with my stuff. So I'm always here for VIP, even though VIP is kinda, doesn't really buy. So I'm just very protective. I'm very protective of my stuff and my table. Yeah, so that's all for now. I will try to update you guys later tonight with counts if I can at the hotel. It's gonna depend. I might do it tomorrow morning, we'll see. Anyway, I will see you guys later. I sold one of my severance pins yesterday. Very exciting. I don't really get to sell those that often, so that's pretty cool. I also sold one of my Pele pins, this one right here. And then I sold 2 Around the World shaker charms in a row. One person came up to me and saw it and had to buy it. And then literally another person, like 2 minutes later, came up and wanted to buy it as well. So that was pretty cool. Surprisingly, my pastel plasters have been my most popular of all the plaster packs that I have. I think having the plasters in this kind of packaging definitely helps with sales because people can see the designs as well as the fact that they come with the case much easier than having to look up here at the display. Because previously I had them in these packages like this, so you can't really see the designs in there, and I would have to direct people to the display up there. So I think this is definitely helping with sales of this particular design. I have sold out of Jacks. I've got 1 Kinger left. I've got 1 Luna left. Granted, I didn't bring very many of her. And then I have got a couple Derpy left as well. Yesterday, someone bought 3 of my Severance sticker sheets. I don't know why, but they liked it enough, I guess. I have had some interest in the plush bat bag. A couple people didn't realize it was a Kickstarter, and you know what? That is my fault because I realized this too late. I do not have Kickstarter written anywhere on this sign. So that is completely my fault for not including that. But anyway, I've explained that it was a Kickstarter, so a couple people were interested. They scanned the QR code, and I think one person pledged. I didn't actually check to see if I had another QR code pledge yesterday, but yeah, pretty cute. All right, we finished taking down. We finished taking down in like half an hour, which is pretty quick for us. The only problem now is that I bought a thing. I bought a box, and it's huge, and it weighs 33 pounds, so I need to ship it back home somehow. I'm gonna try to ship it from my hotel. We will see how I can do that. But yeah, I'll show you guys what it is later. Hello. I made it to my hotel. We made it in one piece. I shipped that giant box that I was talking about earlier. I scheduled I printed out a UPS shipping label from the hotel's computer and then in their business center or whatever. And then I scheduled a pickup for Tuesday because tomorrow is Labor Day, which means UPS doesn't do pickups. So it's gonna sit here for 2 days until it gets picked up on Tuesday. I did not want that to happen, but it was probably cheaper than checking it on the flight with us because it would have been $35 plus oversized baggage fees. And I'm not sure what that would have been. But anyway, so the box is taken care of, which is good. Today ended up being pretty decent. Actually, I wonder how it compared to Friday. Hold on, let me check the numbers. So today ended up being my poorest day. I did about $200 more on Friday compared to today. But it was still a pretty solid day. It ended up being better than 80% of the cons I've had this year. That's nice. Let's go over counts, shall we? I sold 11 prints. That brings us to 29 prints total for the weekend. For buttons, I did not sell very many buttons today. I sold 27 buttons today. That brings us to 124 total. Charms, I sold 19. That's 63 total charms. Enamel pins, I only sold 9 enamel pins today. But combined with everything else, that's 56 enamel pins for the weekend. For lanyards, I sold 4 lanyards. That's 18 total. Sticker sheets, I did 13 today. That's 38 total. Single stickers, I sold 45 today. That's 131 total stickers for the weekend. And then as far as plasters go, I sold 2 packs today. That's 9 plaster packs total for the weekend. I sold 1 mystery cap bag today, 1 mystery button bag, 4 beanies. That is 16 beanies total for the weekend. Cool, very cool. For coffin bags, I sold 4 coffin bags today. That's 13 total coffin bags for the weekend. Now, all 13 of those coffin bags I have to ship out at the end of the con. So I lose about $130 in shipping costs. But I mean, each bag, I still profit a decent amount on each bag, so it's worth it for me. For apparel, I sold 22 shirts today. That's the most for the whole weekend. And that, my friends, brings us to 54 shirts sold for the whole weekend. That seems like a lot. I don't know if it's because of the way that we had our shirts displayed this weekend, but the shirts just popped off. They did really well this weekend, which is super nice. 54 shirts, I don't know if that's a record, but it's definitely up there for most button-ups sold at a con for me. I know some people sell more. Some people sell 100 shirts in a weekend. That's not me. But yeah, 54 button-up shirts in one weekend is pretty impressive. Final thoughts for the weekend. Going into the show, setting up on day 1 was a little frustrating just because of the whole table placement mishap. But I got over it. It's fine. I still had a pretty good spot. I was in the back of the hall either way. I was in the back, but at least I kept my corner. And I think the stamp rally went well. We gave out all of our prizes, plus all of the extra buttons that I had. We gave them 38 buttons or something like that, and they gave out all of them. So that's cool. I really shouldn't have bought that box. I really wanted it though. And the guy said he'd cut me a deal because I was an artist. So he had it listed for $600 up on the shelf, but then he crossed it out and wrote sale and wrote $4.99. So it was 101 bucks off. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, I want to see that. And he's like, oh, I see you're a staff or an artist. I'll cut you a deal. And I'm like, would you do 400 cash? And he's like, He had to think about it. He's like, you know what? I'll do 450. And I'm like, okay, I'll be back. And so I went back and I tried to figure out how I would ship things because obviously the box is too goddamn big to fly home with. So I figured out that I could ship it, and it would just, you know, cost a little bit of money. So I went back and I gave him cash, and he was very happy. And I was also very happy, and one of the employees was like, can I take a picture of you with this box? And I should have had them take a picture of me too. Or rather, I should have had them take a picture of me with the box with my phone too, but I didn't have my phone with me because my phone's my hotspot, so I couldn't take it away from my booth, so I wasn't gonna be like, hey, you should tag me on Instagram, you know, whatever. But it's just, I think it would have been really funny if I had had that picture. I would put the picture in the video if I had that. But anyway, I'll put a picture of what I got. How about that? So basically, I told myself, I'm doing really well this weekend. I deserve a treat. So I treated myself, and you know what? My birthday is next weekend. It's literally a week from today. So it's an early birthday present. Final thoughts, Jess?
Really good con. Hope we can come back.
Really good con. Hope we can come back. Yeah. I don't know if it'll be as crazy next time as it was this time, just because I think because this is my first time here at this convention, that's probably why I did so well. So I can't imagine that I'll do very well next year if I do get in next year. But apparently it's easier. So apparently as a new applicant, it's harder to get in, but once you've gotten in, it's easier for you to get in year over year. So that's what my friends told me. So we'll see if I can get in next year. That would be great. I want to stay at the Gaylord next year for sure, because it's like so fancy and there's so many amenities and so much to do over there. I'm a little jealous of all my friends that got to stay at the Gaylord. But yeah, man, good con, good vibes, chill, good people. I saw a bunch of my Denver friends. I saw a bunch of my other friends. I had a lot of artist friends here that I recognize and who recognize me. Yeah, I hope I can come back. That's all for now. I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.